How do you win a war? Well, usually through a big battle and making the other side surrender, right? Yeah, that's typically how it goes. But could you win a war by giving your enemy a gift? That seems less likely. Well, that's what we're talking about today. We're talking about the most infamous gift ever given. So infamous that the most dangerous computer viruses that are around today, they're named after it. We're talking about the Trojan horse. This begins 3,000 years ago with a woman named Helen. Now, Helen is the most beautiful woman in the world, and she's married to a Spartan king. Now, she's so beautiful, so well known, that across the ocean, across the sea, a prince is interested. She catches his eye, and he becomes obsessed with Helen. He cannot stop thinking about her. He's so obsessed that he leaves his country, Troy, and goes to Sparta and steals her away from the king. Now, her husband, the king, is infuriated. He cannot believe that this prince would do this. He immediately declares war on Troy. He amasses a gigantic Greek army and goes straight there. His purpose? To destroy the country. And he tries. He lays siege, but there's a problem. He fails. So he's determined. He tries again. He fails again. This goes on for 10 years. Not only can they not destroy Troy, they can't even breach its walls. So they're in a tough spot. They're giving up. So the Greeks, they have nowhere else to turn. They go to a man named Odysseus. They go to him because he is known to be the most clever man in Greece. They're like, we've tried everything. Is it even possible? What do we do? Odysseus comes up with a plan. It's very unusual, but the Greeks have no choice. So they listen to Odysseus. The first thing they do is build a gigantic horse. It's massive. And they wheel it right outside the walls of Troy. The second thing they do, they pack up their camp, they get on their boats, and they sail away. They leave two things behind: the horse and a single Greek soldier. The next day, the Trojans, they're waking up, they look over their big wall, and they're like, where are the Greeks? The Greeks are gone. The ships, they're gone. And then they look over here, and there's like a gigantic horse. And they're like, what is happening today? So they go out, they investigate, they find the last soldier. And the last soldier tells a story. He says, the war is over. You've won. You are infallible. The Greeks, they gave up. They sailed away. And the Trojans start to freak out. They're like, we've won the war. We've been fighting this for 10 years and we've won. And they're freaking out. But then they're looking at this horse and they're like, why is this here? What is this thing? And the soldier says, it's a relic, blessed by our goddess Athena, left here by the Greeks as a gift, a peace offering to end this terrible war. And the Trojans are even happier. They've won the war and they get this crazy trophy. They start to celebrate. They wheel this thing back into their city and they are dancing. They are singing. They feel invincible. Now, this celebrating goes on well into the night, and eventually they tire themselves out. One by one, they go to bed. But now the Greeks are gone, so even the night's watch that usually keeps the city safe, they go to bed too. Later, it is the dead of night. No one is awake. Shadows begin to emerge from the horse. Fully equipped Greek soldiers. They make their way to the gate, and for the first time in 10 years, they open up this colossal gate. On the other side, the entire Greek army. And they're ready. They go into this city and they burn everything. They pillage and take everything. Troy was tricked. The price they paid was complete destruction. What can we learn from this story? First, if it looks too good to be true, it probably is. And second, not all battles can be won with brute force. Thanks for listening.